News from around the globe. Hot, fresh, balanced and objective. On Unity.
Hello and welcome to News Hour on Unity TV. The headlines: Buhari Gbajabiamila congratulates Senate President Lawal on 64th birthday. Strike threat, federal government attending to resident doctors' demand, says Ngige. INEC assures poll must hold, says 93.4 million eligible to vote. And on the foreign scene, safety system failure in U.S. grounds over 5,000 flights. And in sports, Osim Hen receives Globe Soccer Award trophy. Those were the headlines, and for details and more of the stories, I am Rukayat Sani Ibrahim. President Muhammadu Buhari, the Speaker of the House of Representatives, Honorable Femi Gbajabiamila, and the Deputy Speaker, Honorable Idris Wase, yesterday congratulated the President of the Senate, Dr. Ahmed Lawal, as he marks his 64th birthday anniversary today. Sharing the joyous occasion with the National Assembly, the President, in a statement issued yesterday by his media aide, Femi Adesina, joined family members, friends and political associates in celebrating the Senate President, who has a profile of being one of the most experienced legislators in the country, having served 8 years in the House of Representatives from 1999 to 2007 and almost 12 years in the Senate. Buhari affirmed that Lawal, after leaving his career path as a lecturer and researcher, deployed his vast knowledge in shaping policies and strengthening democracy in Nigeria, while always showing maturity and advocating a win-win for all stakeholders. The President noted the historic intervention of the Senate President, particularly providing a peaceful and harmonious leadership for the 9th National Assembly that has translated into many gains for the country on legislation and passing of bills into law. Buhari prayed for the well-being of Senator Lawal and his family. Also, Gbajabiamila, in his statement, lauded the contribution of the President of the Senate to the Nigerian legislature from 1999 to date, noting that as a presiding officer in the 9th Assembly, he has demonstrated his experience and expertise acquired over the years. The Speaker said working with the President of the Senate for almost 4 years as one of the presiding officers of the 9th Assembly has been a worthwhile experience. The Minister of Labour and Employment, Senator Chris Ngige, yesterday said the federal government was already addressing the grievances raised by members of the National Association of Resident Doctors, NARD. The resident doctors had warned against imminent industrial action if the federal government fails to resolve the myriad of lingering conmess, payments and other related issues affecting its members. But Ngige, who spoke to newsmen yesterday regarding the strike threat, said the issues raised by the doctors were already being looked into by the government. He said most of the demands and complaints contained in the association's letter were already being taken up by a committee involving the Ministries of Health, Finance and the Salaries, Income and Wages Commission. On the issue of hazard allowance, Ngige said the doctors were not the only ones that have outstanding, adding that senior doctors, nurses and health workers also have issues with that. He said the issues have been sent to the Presidential Committees on Salary, Income and Wages for consideration. The Minister further said as far he was aware, the issues raised by the doctors cannot be described as unresolved since government had started actions on them. The ruling All Progressives Congress APC has called on the presidential candidates of the People's Democratic Party PDP Alhaji Atiku Abubakar to come clean about his health and alleged corruption issues using special purpose vehicles after he became vice president in 1999. But in a swift response, the main opposition party declared the presidential candidate of APC Senator Bola Ahmed Tinubu unfit to lead Nigerians as president. The APC call came following the recent release of an audio clip by a whistleblower where allegations were made against Atiku. The director of media and publicity of the APC Presidential Campaign Council (PCC) of the Bayo Onanuga, in a statement issued yesterday, said if Atiku has some modicum of honor, he ought to have stepped down, from the race. Onanuga said since the revelation, there had been no notable response from Atiku's camp about the disturbing revelation, except for a futile attempt to disown the whistleblower. Michael Achugum, a media consult to Atiku, he noted that Nigerians are appalled that Atiku and PDP are so shameless that they have shrugged off the bombshell. To this end, Onanuga implored Nigerians to hold Atiku to account over the shocking revelation by rejecting him at the polls in February. Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) has declared that only 93,469,008 Nigerians are eligible to vote in next month's poll. The Commission also said it is not considering postponement or cancellation of the election due to security threats. INEC Chairman Professor Mahmoud Yakubu stated these while presenting data of registered voters to political parties in Abuja yesterday. In attendance of the meeting were leaders of the All Progressives Congress (APC), the People's Democratic Party (PDP), Labour Party (LP), and New Nigeria People's Party (NNPP), among others. According to him, the presidential and National Assembly elections slated for Saturday, February 25, 2023, and that of governorship and state assembly election slated for Saturday, March 11, 2023, will hold as scheduled. He maintained that any assertion as regard to postponement or cancellation of the election was not the official position. On the voter register, the INEC boss disclosed that 53,264 names were removed after objections made by Nigerians. Yakubu said, "You would recall that the 2019 general election, Nigeria had a voter population of 84,004,084 after cleaning up of the data from the last continuous voter registration CVR exercise June 2021 to July 2022. 9,518,188 new voters were added to the previous register, resulting the preliminary register of 93,522,272, which was presented to Nigerians for claims and objections as required by law." A Jos-based pastor has been arrested by operatives of the Plateau State Police Command for staging his kidnap and demanding ransom from members of his congregation. Albarka Bitrus Sukunya was arrested alongside his collaborators following intelligence report after church members paid 600,000 naira ransom to secure the cleric's release. The Plateau State Police Command spokesman Alabo Alfred disclosed this in a statement on Wednesday, January 11. The statement noted that the Plateau State Police Command has again uncovered the nefarious acts of one Pastor Albarka Bitrus Sukuya, male of Jenta Apata, Jos, who on several occasions staged his kidnap with his cohorts and received ransom from sympathizing members of his congregation. Sequel to his spurious kidnaps of 14 November 2022 and 30 November 2022, where the sum of 400,000 naira and 200,000 naira was respectively paid by his sympathizers as ransom for his release. The incident triggered suspicion. Through credible intelligence, the clergyman was invited by the DPO Nasaragon Police Station, CSP Musa Hassan. An investigation commenced immediately. In the course of the investigation, it was established that the suspect has been conspiring with his gang to stage his kidnap and fraudulently collect ransom. On interrogation, the suspect confessed to have committed the crime and mentioned his accomplice as Baruch Mailale, Nathaniel Bitrus, both males of Yelwanzangam village of Jos North, and Aye, surname yet to be known, male of Jalingo, Taraba State. The suspect further disclosed that on 4th January 2023, he set ablaze 2 motor vehicles and a bicycle parked at Ekwa Bishara 3 Jenta Apata premises belonging to his senior colleagues, who he alleged one of them hates him. Referring to his senior pastor, however, police operatives of Nasaragon Division, Jos North Local Government Area, arrested 2 of the suspects, namely Baruch Mailale and Nathaniel Bitrus, while effort was intensified to arrest Aye, the 3rd suspect. President Muhammadu Buhari has again promised Nigerians that he will reposition the nation's economy as well as improve on security before the end of his 8-year tenure. According to him, the gains recorded in security will be further consolidated and more attention will be given to the economy. Before he hands over on May 29, 2023, Buhari has also declared that multi-party democracy is better than military rule and described the Catholic Bishop of Sokoto Diocese, Matthew Kuka, as a vigorous fighter, receiving executive members of the Catholic Bishops' Conference of Nigeria, CBCN, yesterday at the State House, Abuja. Buhari, according to a statement issued by his media advisor, Mr. Femi Adesina, while commenting on the nation's economy, said creditors had full confidence in Nigeria in view of the country's capacity to utilize resources and repay loans. Buhari said the destruction of oil facilities slowed the generation of revenues, adding that the government will be harder on saboteurs. He added that the security situation has improved over the years, particularly in the northeast, where the focus has shifted to rebuilding infrastructure and reorientation on education. And on the foreign scene, no fewer than 5,000 flights were either delayed or cancelled yesterday over a safety system glitch that hit airports in America. The fault, earlier suspected as a cyber attack, became overnight and was only resolved at 9:00 hours, 3 p.m. Nigeria time, leaving airlines with chaotic disruption that will last several days to fix. Global Air Movement Tracker Flight Aware estimated about 4,600 flights to from and within America had been delayed as of 9:25 a.m. and more than 8,000 flights cancelled. By afternoon, the Federal Aviation Administration lifted its order to halt all domestic flight departures across America after it restored the system, providing pilots with pre-flight safety notice. The agency earlier put a ground stop order in place after its notice to airmen about system failure. The FAA, however, lifted the order shortly before 9 a.m. ET, 3 p.m. Nigerian time, and the agency said no more air traffic operations were resuming across the country. It said it was still trying to determine the cause of the problem, but airlines continued to delay or cancel flights because of ongoing congestion. An airline source familiar with the situation said airlines may implement ground delay programs, which could potentially lead to further timetable issue. The FAA's website still showing ground stops at Atlanta, Boston, and New York's LaGuardia Airport as of 3 p.m. local time. The site also showed a ground delay in Charlotte Douglas International Airport in North Carolina, one of American Airlines' largest knobs. American President Joe Biden said there was no immediate information on what had caused the outage. The second American aviation crisis in a matter of weeks. He said he had been briefed on the situation and was in touch with Transportation Secretary Peter Buttigieg. And in sports, Napoli striker Victor Osimhen was yesterday presented with the Globe Soccer Award for Emerging Player of the Year 2022. The Nigerian international was unable to attend the Globe Soccer Award ceremony held at the Medina Jumeirah in Dubai on 17 November 2022. Hence, a special event was organized at the Napoli training ground. At the Napoli training ground instead, Napoli sporting director Cristiano Gontello was present to help hand over the award to the forward. The 24-year-old has been in sensational from the leaders Napoli this season, contributing 11 goals and the assists in just 16 appearances within Serie A and the Champions League. The former Lily of France forward, who beat Gavi and Valverde to scoop the prize, revealed in the joy of winning the award with a tweet on his handle. Just received the hashtag at Globe Soccer Award for the Powerhouse Emerging Player of the Year. Thank you for the recognition, and to those that have been supporting me through the years. I appreciate your all. God is the greatest. Osimhen was purchased from French side LOSC in the summer of 2022 for £75 million plus bonuses, a record fee for the Portenopoi on the transfer market. His contract runs to June 2025 and have already been reports to offer over £100 million from the likes of Manchester United and Arsenal, but Napoli have no intention of selling their star man. With this story, we've come to the end of our bulletin. You can follow us on our social media handles at Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Unity Radio FM TV, respectively. I am Rukayet Sani Ibrahim. Thank you for watching and enjoy the rest of our programs.
Unity.